right? Intel has a big announcement. They have increased the power of Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt 5 was released. This version offers 80 gigabits of bidirectional throughput per second, and it has bursting capabilities that will take it all the way to 120 gigabits per second. The underlying technology is built on USB 4 version 2, which means that it has double the PCI Express data throughput, and it brings the standards that are supported by Thunderbolt 5 up to their latest versions, things like DisplayPort and HDMI and that, so on and so forth. Stephen, Thunderbolt is one of those technologies that we've really kind of watched grow over the years, and it has a lot of exciting implications for the future. What's got you excited about this announcement?
Well, honestly, Thunderbolt 5 is an incremental upgrade over Thunderbolt 3 and 4. So let's not be, weird about this. Most users are probably not going to notice much in terms of an upgrade. It's not like you're going to rush out and buy new Thunderbolt 5 stuff, especially because you're not going to actually be able to use this for a while. The spec is here, but I don't expect devices that support this to come out for at least a few months, if not a year. But that being said, it's a nice upgrade, and it will give a lot of better capability in some key areas that I think users are excited about. Now, again, we're not a consumer tech site, and we don't really cover that. So I'm going to start focus mostly on the kind of nuts and bolts under the hood kind of things. So the big thing that Thunderbolt 5 is bringing is PCI Express Gen 4. That gives us more bandwidth. It also gives us PAM signaling, which is a big advancement there in terms of throughput. And essentially, it gives Thunderbolt the kind of capability that you'll find in the latest CPUs that are coming out now in terms of PCIe 4. Another thing is that it's a little bit more flexible. It's got a lot more bandwidth, which is great because you can attach, more monitors, get more performance from things. But it's a little bit more flexible in that it can reverse one of those PCIe lanes, so you can get up to 120 gigabits of outbound bandwidth for connecting to high-res monitors and things like that. And again, not being a consumer blog, we're going to talk about enterprise implications here. That's the sort of thing I think that we're going to start seeing in servers going forward as well. If they've done it in Thunderbolt 5, why not do that in other areas? So to bring this back to an enterprise focus, CXL, for example, runs over PCI Express. As CXL gains traction, I think that it's very likely that we'll start seeing CPUs supporting this sort of dynamic reallocation of PCI Express lanes in a big way. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same kind of concept applies to servers that are using CXL-based memory, for example, or the next generation server CPUs that are trying to maximize the number of PCIe lanes to support external CXL devices. Dynamic reconfiguration of PCIe lanes would really help that, because you could, for example, say, hey, I don't have any expansion slots in this. I want to use everything for CXL so that I can access more memory at higher bandwidth. I think that would be very, very smart. And I think that that's sort of the direction that we're looking here. Now, I don't have any insider information there, but I would say that Intel is showing us where they want to go with PCI Express through Thunderbolt. And finally, I would say Thunderbolt is my go-to analogy when I start talking about CXL, because as soon as I talk about it, everybody's eyes sort of glaze over and they're like, PCIe, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait. When you have a Mac and you plug a thing into that port and you can put a GPU in an external box, or you can have an NVMe SSD that you can access at full speed, or you can have, a docking station with all sorts of functions and it's connecting over PCI Express instead of over, USB. That's kind of an analogy for CXL. And to show that Thunderbolt is advancing to have this technology be available in more and more devices is just going to help us all to understand that PCIe is not just an inside-the-box protocol. It's an outside-the-box protocol, whether it's Thunderbolt for consumer devices or CXL for enterprise devices. And you can take that to the bank. It shows that this technology really works.